you guys, welcome back to the Dion Gaming's channel. This video took a long time to make because I had other complications things to do. I'm gonna go right here back to this video that has a comment which I did forgot, and I apologize. I supposed to have done this a while back and I didn't do so. So I'm gonna answer the question over here, and I'm gonna put this video at I'm gonna put a word during the place where the video is located as the guide right here. I'm gonna put it on top to either go down, or I'm gonna edit this if I can. Yes, I can edit. I'm gonna edit it and put it up here, and I apologize for that. Question is, hello sir, is there somewhere I can go for a breakdown of this thing? Tier of equipment being used, spec level, tier maps. You guys are doing the skip. I don't recall hearing this. Sorry if it was said during the video. No, I did not say it during the video, and I do apologize. The last question is, can this work on a holy healer instead of a nature? Alright, so I did answer some of the questions right here for that person, but I do have to make this video because I know other players may be wondering the answer for this. Okay, so for the first question, tier of equipment, I advise for anything that is red zone to black zone at 4.2, which is tier 6 equivalent. The reason I say this is because most of the players are very new and have not practiced the healing of a druid. I made a guide on the beginning how to heal that, and that is again located during the beginning principle of the video. Easy money, random dungeon, no cover. You can also look throughout my video for a video called how to heal as a druid, how to become a druid healer, and that also tells you how to do healing. It's the same concept for PvP and same concept for PvE. So it will be 4.2. However, note that when you are in yellow zone and you are in blue zone, you are cluster reduction. And just in case you're a very new player and are starting to do the skip run, I want to tell you that cluster reduction is a way to balance people who are assholes and are 8.3, 8.2, 8.1, 7.2 and trying to kick your ass in the yellow zone or faction flag in the blue zone. So basically, this cluster reduction allows the players to become close to a tier 4 or tier 4.1. And the reason why I say tier 4 and tier 4.1, though other people think it's actually misleading information, is because when I go back to town, my staff at 7.2 heals for 30. When that same staff goes to the blue zone, it heals for 21. And I did cover that again in the same place of the video. I covered that why I did this in the blue zone, which if you look at this first video, there is right there a red part and red number, which is the item power that is being nerfed, and I actually highlighted and I showed my 512 cluster reduction, and the reason I started doing that in the blue zone. So basically my heals is the same, close to a tier 4, a tier 4.1, which shows players that when you're doing blue dungeon skip runs and yellow dungeon skip run, even though I do T5, which is on yellow zone, red zone or black zone, when you're doing on blue and yellow zone, you should wear the corresponding gear, such as a tier 4 for blue zone, tier 5 for yellow zone. You can wear higher, but again, the cluster reduction is going to hit you. So let's move to the next one, spec level. Many of the players thought because I was 400 or 400 that it's actually much easier for me to do the dungeon with spec level. Well, that could be definitely true, but at the same time, I did a part over here where I asked a friend who I taught, Daddy Dingus, who we did some couple of runs, and now he got his friends to play Albion Online. And on the Albion Online, I asked him how is his doing his dungeon run doing. Again, he answers, see how is your skip runs? Good. We're both at 4.3, even though they started at 4.2. He's on 3 mil, I am on 6 mil. Plus I got loads of other swaps, different weapons and stuff. Nice, dude. And here's the thing is, in their example, there's 0 spec. I bought them, like Daddy Dingus, I bought them the gear, and Daddy Dingus went ahead and bought his friend the gear. He earned enough enough silver to get premium, enough silver to buy an island, enough silver to upgrade the island fully, enough silver to buy a bowcaster 4.2, other type of gear for his friend, and still has 6 mil doing these, and his friend is now at 3 mil. So the spec answer, 0. But if you have higher spec than that, congratulations, you're going to be much easier and much better off than what these guys were. The next question is stated that the tier of map did I do this. Now all my dungeon runs I always have done it on T5. Every single dungeon skip runs that I have done, except the ones for the newbies who are first starting out, is tier 5. Of course, make sure that you have the Reaver. If you don't know what a Reaver is, please press B, go to your left, and there will be a icon there called Reaver. If you are T4, you should do T4 dungeons, and the reason that is because you'll have advantage against damage on that player and damage on the mob and incoming damage. And the same thing go for tier 5. If you're tier 5, you can do T5 dungeons, which in SPEC Reaver is about 30% damage, and in some percentage, I think between 20 or 30% on the defensive. And again, it goes the same for tier 6. If you for some reason not want to do tier 6 dungeon to try to get a little higher loot, again you're going to need the Reaver for tier 6, which is 6% more damage and around close to the same about I didn't check it, it's about close to 45 to 60 I would say defensive, but it's much better for doing the render dungeon. If you're going to T5 with 0 Reaver, you're gonna get your butt kicked, but again that's up to you. And the last thing is, can this work as a holy healer instead of nature? Well, let me tell you something. Some people are very skilled at holy nature, or holy healer. I have not done a lot of holy healing. I was in life touch at one point just for a bit because druid were fucking sucky until I started practicing and I found a way to heal efficiently using mathematics. For holy healer, for example, a greater nature, I'm such a nature. A greater holy staff actually has an E ability that does explosion. When that happens, it pushes the melee mobs away from the AoE circle. Now this is actually good because you can actually heal, but the problem is if you go generous heal, it'll be slow heal, but it'll be more heal. But again, you're not supposed to stop during the runs. So even if you run about 10 meters, 50 meters, 20 meters, and then you stop the heal just for a bit, and then you gotta stop again later, those damage will kill you. The best thing you can do is a cleric robe and a graveguard helm as a holy healer to try to go a little further, but again, I don't think it'll work as bets. The explosion is good because of the melee, but the problem about the explosion is that when you face a caster, you're gonna get your ass kicked. Either that or the guy who you're trying to heal if he's using the tank and you're going the tank side, style, which basically a tank aggro everything and you in your heal. My advice is basically go nature, but if you can pull it off as a holy and you actually do it, I'll go to straight up to your video and press a like, and I might even subscribe to your video, because in all honesty, not many player did master skip runs with a holy healer. Another thing is, if you are going to do something with holy healer and you're like a holy healer and you don't want to be a druid or a nature in any way, well then you will have to verify your this type of gear that you're going to be using, like Spectre shoes or maybe ambush, and then maybe when you guys get to the dungeon you can switch gear from assassin jacket and Spectre shoes to something else. But the problem with that is that you're running 2 set, and if you get died for some reason, like if you go to T6 and you find 6, 7 or 10 people who actually caught up to you, then that's going to be a problem if you lost to that, because holy healer in a 2v2 is very, very dangerous. So please use the recommended build that I had told people, either between druid. No. You go druid. You go druid. If I say druid, you go druid. Done. Deal. I don't want to hear a greater nature ever again. And that stupid build that we keep hearing about. Again, what I want to show you guys is this right here, which is, this guy is a T4.2, and I am again around tier 7. Please understand that there's a cluster reduction, so I am really nerfed in this dungeon, and this is why I picked to teach newbies, because if I picked it in red zone, it's going to be much easier. But however, the player will go to red zone and get his ass kicked. He needs to learn from bottom up. These are people that I have geared with my own cash. I give away about 50 mil silver before I quit the game. Now watch as this player, specifically this player, he's a claymore user, leather. When he fought the boss, guess what? During the whole fight, it was good to go. I got out of party right on time, so he well, I was already out of party, but again allow him to get all the loot for himself, which the person was happy. The next person was a cloth crossbow. He also wanted to be a PvP player, so we gave him a cloth crossbow adept. One with, I think, with the snipe, which basically has the scholar chest to allow for casting, I think, to be able to snipe faster. So again, let me actually click the video, and we started doing a run, and he's cloth, by the way, and he's still able to kill the T4 boss in here. We can also do this in T5, and I'm sure that he can do it well. Or I can bring him to the red zone, and I am at full power of healing at 400, and then it'll be even much easier to heal him because I'm not nerfed. Again, I gave him the stuff, and he was like, oh my gosh, and very happy about it. The last person, one more time, he was actually I forgot what he was. See there it is. He's a spinner. He's an axe user. So we made him an axe user, hybrid tank, and basically we were able to finish the boss. And when we finished the boss, he got all the loot, and then I give him some few quick tips and stuff like that. Okay, guys, this is actually something that should have been covered before. I do apologize. I just want to cover three things that I probably did not cover in the other video. And one is that the healer should have omelet and the DPS should have beef stew, unless the guy wants to really spend a lot of money on something like a fish that gives, or I think it's fish. Yeah, I think it's a fish that gives cooldown reduction and damage. I will go cheap on this random dungeon. And again, the DPS needs to have limpers, and the reason why he needs to have limpers is because he's going to run out of mana a lot. Everybody who has went to me, I saw they were running a lot, and sometimes we had to wait for that mana to proc again on the cloak so they can have enough mana to finish the boss. I think I covered everything. If I have not, I apologize. Please come, just like Legado. Thank you, Legado Gamer, where he posted this 30 minutes ago. Thank you very much for reminding me and bringing this up to my attention. And now I'm actually going to edit this, put some song in it, and put it on my video for my guide. I apologize, guys, and I wish you great luck in this game.